Well, hello, Stampers. It's the Pampered Stamper. Happy Tuesday to you. We are continuing doing a series on Fun on Wheels. This is the third installment. So there's one more next week. And the bonus of that is that because I'm featuring this bundle for Sweet Sweet Tuesdays, you get 20% cash back the catalog price if you order through me in the month of August. That's just my special deal to make it a little more exciting to stamp with me and shop with me. My name is Jackie van der Sarboot, and I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Canada and in the Netherlands. So let's get started. This is the stamp set, Fun on Wheels. This Celebrate came from another stamp. I'll just move that out of the way. And the nice thing about this set, I love everything about it. I love the bikes. I love that there's two different styles. There's a skateboard, and I still haven't remembered the name of this thing. I call it a scooter, but I'm sure that's not what it is. And then look at you go. At every turn of life, may you find adventure. High five, and it's a good day to have a good day. And I have my little thing of goodies in here, and then here are the dies. And we're actually going to use some of these. So I'm going to start with this stamp here, and we're going to take a piece. This is about 1 inch by 5 inches. And does it fit on here? No, I need a bigger stamp, bigger block. So you just, it has a very sticky label on it, and I want to stamp it on here. But before I do that, this is called, I think, Take Your Pick Happy Labels Punch. So you unlock it, and then it's got some tracks that this will fit into. So you can do 1 inch, 3/4 of an inch, or 1/2 inch. And I want to use this one. So you just want to slide it in, oops, as far as it goes. There, and now it's stopped. So then you just push down. And then here we go. So now we have this. And I want to stamp it on this side, but not upside down, because my bike is going to go over top over here. So when you emboss, you need to start with a sticky ink, and it's called Versamark. Okay. If you have a Versamark pad, always order a re-inker with it right away, because you do want to re-ink regularly. If you ever have trouble with embossing and you find that it's not turning out well, it's not because you don't have the skill. It's probably because your Versamark pad is too dry, and then the embossing powder won't stick to it, and then you get a spotty embossing. So I'm hoping there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a bit crooked, but that's okay. Good enough is good enough. So we have this embossing tray that comes with these super strong tweezers. They are so heavy duty. Like if you drop this on your toe, you'll probably break it. This brush to clean it out, and then an embossing buddy, which I should have used. When you're using darker cardstock, the embossing buddy takes away any grease from your fingers or anything that's on there that will make the embossing powder stick to places where it shouldn't stick. So I'm using white embossing powder. Let's move that out of the way. And tap. Flick that, and now we'll heat it. I'm just gonna, because it's in the tray, I dare to move it and not put the lid on. I would not do that if it wasn't in the tray. So now I'm gonna get the heat tool and heat it up. And don't wave it around like you're drying your hair. Just keep it in one spot. And as it starts to set, you'll see it turn bright white. There it goes. Then we move it along. It's really a really cool technique. It's one of the first things I learned to do as a card maker, and I was just so impressed. When you touch it with your fingers, it's raised, so it gives a bit of texture. And then once I'm done, I still like to take it into the light to make sure that there's no dull spots, because if there's a dull spot, that means it's powdery, and if someone rubs it, it'll rub off, and you don't want that to happen. Okay. So the rest of the card, regular thick white card base that is 11 inches by 4 1/4 scored at 5 1/2, or it's 27 point, let me think, 27 point, oh, this is so bad. I still don't have my centimeters. And it's scored at 14.85, so 8 and 8 is 16, so 17 is 27.7. I'm sorry, guys, you European people are laughing at me. Every time I think I have it, it's 29.7. 29.7 centimeters, scored at 14.85. and it's 10.5 centimeters wide. There, I did it. And then we have a piece that is 3 3/4 by 5, or it's 9.5 by 13.35. Okay, and we're going to start by stamping this nice little image, the mappy image right here. Take that one off, put this one on, and I should find some grid paper to stamp on. Usually I get a fresh sheet, but you're getting just this piece. This is just what it looks like when you're stamping at home, I'm sure. So we're going to take some Memento ink here, and we're going to stamp this 3 times. So I like to do it like this. Memento is a linen ink pad, so you can give it a little bit more oomph. You can tap a little harder. And one is going to go over here. One, or maybe I'll do 2 on the bottom. 1 full strength and 1 stamped off. And then we'll do it a bit differently. Stamp off, there, and then 1 full strength up here. There. And then this is going to go across like so. Here. And I have already, see, this is one of the reasons I always tell people to stamp through their stash. Stamp your images, die cut them, then you've got this great goodie bag of stamps all ready to go. So I want this big one here. It's going to sit, I'm just going to play with my pieces. Here, we can move the grid paper. We don't need that anymore. So here, and then we have to build another bike. So we'll do that together. We have it like this, and then we have the silver piece, and then somewhere there should be 2 silver wheels. There's one, and I think the fan has blown the other one away. We're going to find that for a minute. So when you're doing fancy little things for gluing, you want to use the silicone mat trick. A little puddle of glue, a sponge. You take your sponge, flatten out your glue puddle, and now here, this is the bike that we're going to be putting things on. First go the tires. Here. So 1 tire on the front. That looks good. Now the back tire. And so, and now the delicate middle piece. Oh, and look what I forgot. Those little spots in the middle. You need a pokey tool. I am examining my desk. There it is. Get this out of the way because we don't want those pieces stuck in the glue. Poke out these little guys. We have new things available for this. These just screw out. See? And now I've got a putty thing. This turns off, and there's another wheel that you can put on here to score. It's a great tool. Okay, so this is looking good. We're going to cover that with some adhesive, and then that's going to go on here. So the important thing is that you get those 2 wheel things lined up, and then the rest should fall into place. There. Now we have our bicycle. Okay. Now we're going to put this together. So let's do this first. First the green. And then I will have all the links to the things that I used in the description of the video. So if you decide that you want to make this at home, you can just click on those links. For my European store, I just have the link to my store. For the Canadian store, I actually have the links to each product. And if you're having any trouble at all, just message me. I'm here to help. Maybe this should go down. Well, I can't. I've decided it's down. I was going to say maybe I should do it a little bit lower. Now this bike is going to go like so. And then this one is going to sit in front of it over here. See? It's kind of fun. Okay. Oops. And then we're going to finish off the inside of our card too with some of the other. I'm feeling bad for the skateboard and the scooter. My kids have had all those things. I should know what they're called, but I don't. There. And then this one we're going to pop up. But before we do that, we're going to put it on our card. And I could pop this up, but I don't want my card to be too thick because in Canada, if your card is too thick, then you have to pay extra postage. And in the Netherlands, if your card is too heavy, you have to pay extra postage. So you have to pay attention to those things. There. And now we're going to find some black dimensionals. I just have minis here. I don't feel like looking for my big ones. Okay, so I'm going to use my edge pieces here. And then you don't even need scissors. You can just break them like this. There. And it has white backing so you can see where your dimensional is, because once those backings are off, they disappear. There. How cool is that? And now in the inside, I'm going to open it up, and I want to put some other things. Maybe we'll put them all across the bottom. I'm not sure how to do this. Here, and maybe the skateboard will be in the front. It's kind of like what the garage looks like when you have a bunch of kids, right? Stuff everywhere. That's good. You know, when you're in the middle of little kids, those things can drive you crazy sometimes. And then when you're older, you wish that you could have that again. You don't know what you've got till it's gone. Then you get grandkids. And that's a lot of fun too. Okay. I could have used my sponge trick here too. That wouldn't have been a bad thing. There, and now the skateboard. And you know, I haven't used many dimensionals in the inside, on the outside, so I'm going to use a couple here. Here, 1, 2. Dimension really does add a lot to your card. I'm going to leave it blank because I don't know what this is going to be. There we go. And then the other two that I've made, if you've missed my videos from last week, I have playlists, so you can look at Sweet Sweet Tuesdays, and then you can see all the other cards that I've made. Now, I laid them ready, and I know you can guess it already that I have misplaced them. No, I found them again. See, and I wasn't looking, but I made this card a while ago, and I did it almost exactly the same. So not bad at all. And then this was last week's card. Those are the Discovering in Color. So this is Wild Wheat, and this is Copper Clay. And that looks nice. This is this is the same here without the background. So that's that die. And then this one was the week before. So I hope you join me again next week for the last installment of Fun on Wheels. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. I would love to read your comments. And if you're really feeling like you are wanting to share some love with me, then share this video on Pinterest or Facebook or whatever. There's a little share button right underneath the video. It really helps me out. So I hope I've inspired you. If you're looking for a demonstrator, I'd love it if you'd choose me. But anyway, if not, happy stamping. And remember, together we can change the world one card at a time. Have a super day. Bye.